Okay, so we're talking a little bit about potty training, and we have one of the dogs. Come here, sweetheart. That likes to mark. This dog right here, Molly, and so
Lucy.
or Lucy, excuse me. So what Lucy does is she's really asserting herself, and we're going to talk about marking because marking is really the dog having a perception that it has more authority than it actually has, and we're going to talk about some ways to change that. But just in the meantime, because the guardian's going to be and the dog's going to be moving in a new house, we want to give them some potty training tools. So one of the things we want to do is we want to assign a command word. Now the way we assign it is the second the dog starts to eliminate, peeing or pooping, we want to say the command word the second it starts. Not go potty, just wait for it to potty on its own and then we say the word potty. Now once the dog starts pottying, and don't say it too loud. If you say it too loud, if the dog stops and you said it too loud. So you say potty and then you wait for the dog to finish. When it finishes, you have a high value meat treat, and I'm going to leave some meat treats with you. Then you go over and you pop the meat treat into the dog's mouth, and the same second it touches their lips, they should hear the command word. While they're chewing it, then I pet them and say potty, potty, about 2 or 3 times. We want the dog to think, wow, I got a really good treat for going potty outside. When I potty inside, nothing happens. I don't get any treat or reward. So I'm going to start holding on to it and grip my teeth until mom comes home so that I can go outside and mom will go with me and then mom will reward me for going. Now what I usually do is go to the area that I want the dog to eliminate. You're going to move in a new house. So take her to the spot that you want her to pee or poop in, keep her on a leash, and as soon as she starts going there, if she goes in the area, maybe give her like a 4-foot circle. If she goes in that area, she gets 5 treats in a row. Potty, potty, potty. Every time the second it touches her lips, she hears the word potty. So we want her going, what did I just do? Because I just got a mother load of the amazing treats. How do I do that again? Now, if she goes further away from that, maybe she gets 4 treats, and then 3 treats even further away. If she just goes outside, but it's really far away from where you want her to go, then we just give her 1 treat, and we say the word potty the same second it touches her lips, and we pet her afterwards, potty, potty. Now, don't say, oh, potty, because we have a tendency to do that. We're so excited the dog went outside because we don't want him to do it inside on a nice, expensive carpet. Well, the problem with that is potty and potty sound like completely different words to dogs. So we want to be consistent in how we say it. Now, a couple things we don't want to do, good girl, is we don't want to, if we catch the dog eliminating in front of us, a lot of people are like, don't you do that? And they, no, this is my, no. And the way the dog interprets that, like we were talking about off camera, is the human gets mad when I urinate, but I have to urinate. I have to do it several times a day. This human is just crazy and militant or whatever, Donald Trump. So I'm not going to tell the human that I have to potty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into a room that we don't normally go into, or behind the couch or behind a chair, and I'm going to potty very quietly there without telling them. Because they get upset when I potty. They don't hear it as, don't potty in the house. They just hear it as, I get mad when you potty. And then what will happen is the dog will not potty in front of you when you take it out on a walk. So it's a big common mistake a lot of people do. A lot of people also rub the dog's nose in it. Clinically been proven that that'll actually make it twice as hard to potty train your dog. So we want to utilize positive reinforcement. When the dog does it where we want, then they get a big reward, they get our attention, and they get these treats that they've never heard of at the same time they hear the command word. After a while, then they start to hold it, and they'll let you know when they have to go outside. Now, if you want them to let you go, no, we have to teach them how to speak. And then what we do is we say potty, and the dog looks at you like this, and you know it's a no. If you say potty, and the dog's like this, then you know that's a yes. They have to go outside. We go to the door. And then what I usually do at the door, once I've taught the dog to speak first, when we get to the door, I say speak. As soon as they bark, then I open the door. So then the dog understands, if I go to the door and bark, the human comes up, when I have to potty, the human comes over and opens the door and lets me out. So now we've equipped the dog with the information that they need in order to have a conversation with us. But if we just say, go make a potty, we're saying too many words and we're not saying it the right timing, so the dog really doesn't know what we actually are asking from it. And that's putting the dog in a position to fail. So make sure when you're potty training that you're using positive reinforcement. So we want to bring treats with us, bring the dog to where you want it to go. As soon as it goes, give it the treat and say potty at the same time. Well, we want to say potty the second it starts. Then when it finishes, then we give it a treat and say potty the same second it touches their lips, scratch them and say potty a couple times. Now, 3 times the dogs are more apt to need to go after they eat, about 10 minutes after they eat, right after they wake up, and after heavy playtime. Also, if the dog is just kind of sitting here chewing something and gets up and just suddenly bursts across the room, that's usually mean they have to poop. So after any 3 of those things, we want to take the dog outside of the area that we want, have those high value treats, and richly reward the dog using positive reinforcement. After a while, the dog will hold their urine so they can go outside and do it with you and get a reward for it. That's how we train our dog to potty.
Okay.